I was born in the year 1600, the second son of King James VI of Scotland and first of England. My brother, Henry, was meant to be king, bright, strong, and adored. But death took him young, and the crown that should have rested easily upon his brow instead fell upon mine. From the first, I was shy, slow of speech, and often unwell. Yet within me grew a deep sense of duty and a belief, instilled by my father, that kingship was sacred, a trust from God himself, not to be questioned by any man. When my father died in 1625, I inherited 3 kingdoms, England, Scotland, and Ireland, and a throne already uneasy with quarrels between crown and parliament. I longed for peace and dignity in rule, yet what I found was strife, suspicion, and a parliament ever eager to measure its strength against mine. My marriage to Henrietta Maria of France, a Catholic princess, began with misunderstanding. Many of my Protestant subjects distrusted her faith, fearing that I would bring Rome's influence back to England. But though our marriage began as a matter of state, it grew into a union of deep affection. Henrietta's devotion to me was steadfast, and I to her, even when the nation's anger burned against us both. I was ever firm in my belief that kings are appointed by divine will. This belief, the divine right of kings, guided me as surely as any compass, but it also led me into peril. Parliament sought to bind the crown, to demand that I rule according to its consent. I could not yield what I believed to be God's authority vested in me. So in 1629, I dissolved Parliament and ruled alone. For 11 years, I governed without it, a period they later called my personal rule. Those years were not idle tyranny, as some claim. I worked for order, for beauty in worship, for peace among my people. Yet to raise funds without Parliament's approval, I turned to methods that angered many: fines, ship money, and old feudal levies. And when I tried to bring religious unity to my kingdoms, imposing a new prayer book upon Presbyterian Scotland, rebellion rose like storm clouds. By 1640, I was forced to recall Parliament to raise money for war. What returned to Westminster was no obedient council, but a gathering of men determined to break the power of the crown. We quarrelled bitterly, each step leading closer to catastrophe. When I entered the House of Commons in 1642 to arrest 5 of its members, I crossed a line from which there was no return. The country divided, royalist against parliamentarian, father against son, brother against brother. Thus began the English Civil War. For years, I fought to preserve the monarchy and what I believed to be God's order upon earth. My loyal cavaliers faced the Parliament's Roundheads, led by Oliver Cromwell and his new model army. I trusted in honour, in divine providence, but my cause faltered. In 1646, I was taken prisoner. I escaped, then bargained, then was captured again. Through all the twists of that cruel fate, I would not renounce my belief that kingship came from God, not the people. They brought me to trial, a king judged by his own subjects. The charge, treason against the very nation I had sworn to serve. I stood before them calm and unbending, declaring, a subject may not judge his sovereign. I would not plead, nor beg. Better to die for principle than live in humiliation. I believed not in tyranny, but in order, that the crown, like the church, was ordained by heaven. My blood will be the price of that belief.